You never know what you will find, shaping a world that's in your mind. See for yourself and walk with me.
Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Fear Mobs. Yay! Yay! Blocks everywhere. And no mobs anywhere, thank goodness. Yeah. Okay, so a lot of things changed. This is pretty much how I start every episode, saying I've done a lot of things, here's what I've done, here's 10 minutes of something new. Yeah, okay, well let's actually do something this episode, shall we? We're going to be working on the Nether portal, exploring new worlds. This is Minecraft 1.7.2, so we gotta explore the new world and all the fun new biomes. I already dug a path out in the Nether to explore, so we'll do that. But I also want to show you guys this bridge. I put down a pattern and I like it. I like it a lot. Simple, and it adds some variety, some texture. And then you see the railings here. I like these as well. I think they do well. They do good stuff. Okay, let's see. So one issue since 1.7, and I'm not sure if this is a permanent thing or what, but it's really starting to bother me. Or this is actually kind of troubling. That ice block hasn't frozen. And it's been flowing for Minecraft days, many Minecraft days. In addition, when it rains or snows or whatever, when it storms, it rains up here. It doesn't snow anymore. So I'm kind of worried that this ice is no longer refreezable. It will not regenerate. So, yeah, we're going to have a problem. If that's the last ice that this tray will ever create, that's going to be a problem. So we might have to build that elsewhere, which would stink, really stink. So along with 1.7 came snow in high mountain biomes, or in tall mountain biomes. So now everything is snowy up here. Yeah, some changes great, some changes don't really care much for. So let's go. Let's see if I can squeeze out of here. What the heck? What's holding me down? Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna go check out some stuff. So since last episode, I actually had something going on called Extra Life. Look here, the water slide is frozen, so I forgot what I have showed you guys and what I haven't shown you. Anyway, I was gonna say, what was I saying? Extra Life, that's right, live stream, 25 hours. I did a 25-hour live stream a couple weeks ago, and during that live stream, afterwards, but one of the rewards is those who donated got to have a little statue or monument built to them in their honor here in this world permanently. So we actually have to design that and build those today. There's about 5 or 6 we have to build, or 8, I don't remember exactly. And in addition, there's also there was another tier of a prize, and that was if someone donates a certain amount, then they get to build a permanent building structure thing here in just over here. So I'm going to show that to you. Only a couple people reached that tier, but as a reward, get a little bit of lag from loading everything. Hang on. Ta-da! So this is 1 and this is 2. So yeah, these are now in the world now. I don't really know what else to say. So Conqueror, or Will Game for Gold, you might remember him from the Fear of Pinky Terraria Let's Play. He built the snow golem here in the middle of the desert, and yeah, looks pretty sweet. And then over here is a really elaborate water fountain built by the guy called Dan. What's this? Put a sign on it. The Fearful Fountain. It's pretty cool. I like it. So yeah, these are here, and it's great because now they're also like taking up space in this otherwise unused region of the desert. So it's kind of nice to see this area get used. Conquer named this snowman, and I can't remember for the life of me what he named it. So I need to put a sign down so I can remember his name. Okay, got his name, got his sign. This is Hugo. So let's see. Hugo. by Conquer 87, also known as Vilgame for Gold. Cool. There's that, and again, this is the Fearful Fountain. I want to put something here that says who it's from, because I might forget in a couple years. Here we go. The guy called Dan. There we go. Yep, that looks good. Cool. So yeah, this is from Extra Life. Now we still got to build monuments to the people who have donated any amount. That was one of the rewards. Now if you missed it, shame on you. No, I'm kidding. It was good times. We had a good time. I gave a really long world tour that lasted about 2.5 hours, and I still didn't get to show everything in this world. This world is humongous, so I'm thinking I'm doing a world tour video where I do like heavy editing and cutting out like long travel times and things like that, trying to make it interactive, but well, not interactive, but better. And my goodness, all these animals are slowing me down. We rode the elevator several times. I actually invited people into this world to give the tour and to take the tour, and it was pretty interesting because they seemed to love the elevator and the whole the note blocks at the bottom. It's pretty funny. Although my elevator is severely broken, I need to look into revamping it. Okay, so I'm back up here at the top of whatever we're calling this place, and I'm really bad at names. Anyway, so let's design a monument thing. So I kind of have a basic idea of where I want to take this thing. I kind of want to go make it look like a humanoid statue, kind of like what I'm building here. It doesn't need to be very thick. It just needs to look somewhat humanish. And then the next thing I like to do is make that, okay, I had a few ideas. I wanted to make like a cool statue that kind of just looked like it was sitting there, you know, and just looking awesome. But the problem is, in order to put in a lot of detail into these sort of things, I kind of need to, and it kind of needs to be large. So I'm going to kind of make it pretty big. That way it's visible from, long distances. Like, oh yeah, I remember. And you're always reminded of what these people gave. They gave their lives. No, not really. Let's see here. So notice how it's starting to look like a sword here. If I do this, there we go. So it looks like a sword that's stuck in the ground. And let's see here. Don't need these. Okay, let's put on some arms here. Maybe it's getting a bit too big. I might have to tone this down a little bit. Well, here's the thing. I don't want to use. See, one thing I could do to make it seem smaller is to use the cobblestone wall as the legs and arms. But see, that's getting a little too thin. I don't want to do that. Okay, let's try making them a little stubby. Maybe make the feet. Of course, I could try it. Let me try it with these things. So if I do this, there we go. And what if I put that on top? It's getting there. Let me try. This, maybe putting this behind. Now that just looks derpish. Okay, let's try. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. This might be a little more manageable. Okay, I can see that working. Now, this is nice because then now it'll seem like the body has a little more girth to it. Kind of. Maybe a little too broad-shouldered. Not sure. Yeah, I'm definitely not liking that. It looks like a toy. Okay, let me play around with the design, see if I can figure something out. It's simple, it's clean, it's done. This is what I was thinking of for the monuments. I think this is. I think this is good. I think this is about what I want to do. So it looks like a person, at the very least a humanoid. It's made out of stone brick mostly, and then we have him holding a glowstone, holding a block of glowstone. And this will help give light to it in the middle of the night, in addition to looking cool. Yeah, it's pretty plain, but it's meant to be a statue. It's meant to be very, I don't know, stone. So I have to build 5 of these, and I'm going to pick a location. I think I know where I want to actually build these things. So I think I have all the resources I need. So I'm going to get on my horse and head over there, and then I'll show you what I mean. Or I'll show you where I plan to build them. We've never really been up here before, which is kind of insane because we look at this hill like every day. It's insane. At least I do. So up here is where I'm thinking of building the first guardian, and that's what I think I'm going to call these things. They're not just monuments; they're guardians. I really should have waited for the next day, shouldn't have I? Okay, so the first guardian, I'm going to show you guys how to build this here, and I might build the other ones off camera and then just save the end for the actual... Well, anyway. Oh, this Enderman griefing. Really wish they didn't do this. Alright, so we're going to put the first one here facing towards the villagers, right here. So here's how I actually went about building it. So you're going to need a 5 wide by like 3 deep area. I don't remember exactly. We'll just see how this goes. Okay, so we'll do this. I believe we put... I better take care of him before he goes and kills the villagers, because that's what's going to happen. There we go. Okay, so then we go up by 3, or 2-ish. I think we put 1 here for the neck, and we put 2 here for the face, and then we'll give the face some width. Something like that. I'm sorry if I'm just trying to concentrate here. Okay. I think that's correct. Let me stand back and take a look. Yeah, that's correct. Now we put a stair here and a stair here. I think he's a bit stubby, actually. Let me take a step back here. I really should have taken a picture, shouldn't I? Alright, one more block taller is what I need to do. Yeah, he's too stubby. There's your stubby little guy. Okay. So here's where I stopped. Let's go up 1 more. Okay. Break that. So yeah, these, it didn't take me too long to design this, but... Oh, wait, actually, hang on. That should have gone here. Okay. Yeah, so it didn't take me too long to design it, but it's going to obviously take me a while to build it if I am taking this long on each one. Okay, so I think this is where I stopped last time. Let me make sure I actually made them taller. Yeah, 3 blocks. Okay, good. So now, tower up, neck, head, sideburns or ears, or the part that gives him a roundish head. That was pretty tricky figuring out how to do the head, how I wanted to do the head, because I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. Okay, and then we'll do stairs there for the arms, and then stairs here for the other arms. Yeah, there's a bunch of mobs underneath me somewhere. Maybe this guy will keep them out. Yeah? Eh? Okay. How did I want to do this? I think that comes out. And then this. This. There we go. Wow. It took a while to fall off. Whoops. I feel like there's another one missing. Okay, whatever. And then that in the center. Okay. Let me take a step back. Where are you guys coming from? Stab. Okay, I like that. I think that'll work. So the last thing to do is put a sign on it, and then we're good. Okay. This guy is a monument for Conquer 87, who, let me double check here, who contributed $50 to Extra Life. I'm gonna actually put his name in the middle, right here, just like that. So that's a big thank you to Conquer 87, and we have about 4 or 5 more to go. So I'm going to build each statue and then show you guys me putting the sign in. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, where's the next place to build one? Okay, so right here we have this awesome formation that's kind of always been here, and I'm gonna put one right atop of it, overlooking the village. As again, I think all of these guardians are gonna be overlooking the village. All right, so I'm gonna build this and then show you guys when I'm done. Okay, so here's his backside because he's dangling, he's standing right at the edge of this cliff. So I'm going to put the sign facing backwards on him. And this is going to be for, I should probably have these things lined up ahead of time. Okay, this next one is for the guy called Dan who donated $25. It's another big thank you to you. And I'm going to show you guys what the front looks like. And this is what it looks like from the front. There you go. Overlooking the entire village. As yet another guardian stands watch over the NPCs. Alright, let's build the third one. 2 down, 3 to go, I believe. Now this guardian is going to go towards, let's see here, we have 3 people doing the same amount. Oh, here we go, we'll go in order. Here we go. So this one's going to go to Frenchie, that's his name, that's not a racial slur, and that's his, anyway, he donated $15 to the stream. That's another big thank you to you, and we still have 2 more to go. This one is built on this mountain, again, overlooking the desert. I'm thinking about naming this Serenity Desert. I don't know if that fits. Maybe the Testificate Desert? The Zombie Desert? I don't know, there's lots of really cool things here. We'll see. Anyway, 3 down, 2 to go. Now this buddy, this guardian here, he is way up here. Yeah, I'm right on I am dangling. Wow, this is freaky. Okay, let's go back. Let's see. This guy is going to go to Tactical Creeper. So here we go. We'll do Tickle Creeper. Now, this guy has several names, so I'm not sure exactly which one to use. I'll type it like that, and then if you want me to change it, I'll go ahead and change it, because I think he watches these episodes. But for now, that's his name, Tactical Creeper. Again, big thank you for donating $15. Big, big, big thanks, not only from me, but from the kids, for which the money was for. Now I gotta get back over to where I tied up my horse, because that is just sketchy. Alright, the 5th and final guardian of Testificate Desert, I think that's a good name, is for Terminate Me, who also donated $15. And a big thank you to you. I actually went out of order on accident. I put Tactical Creeper second. Actually, Terminate Me was second. And then, anyway, it doesn't matter. Details. But yeah. But here we go. So this is the 5th and final guardian. This one's a little... Here, I want to give you my thoughts on placement here. Because I did have a couple things that I had to consider when choosing where to place these guys. So let me get on my horse and... Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. There we go. Here we go. Okay, so here's my thoughts. Now, this one seems kind of far away compared to the other ones. This one is like right there against the edge of town. This one is like, these two, actually, this one here and the one over here are both in areas that I travel fairly frequently. This one is kind of out of the way. Now, it's not it's not that I'm devaluing the Guardian anymore. But here's the only other place I could have put him. And this also is kind of out of the way. This is right here on, right next to the fountain and behind the snowman and stuff. And it would have been on that small little sand dune there. And the problem is that that's not up on a mountain. Now, that one's not very high up on a mountain either, I guess. But it's still like a hill, a mountain kind of thing. So I wanted to put him up on a hill rather than put him down in the desert, because then I think that might have been a little bit worse. So, but anyway, yeah, so I like this. I like that you can see a lot of them, like a lot of the time, especially that one right there. You can see that one a lot. But again, these monuments, these guardians, they represent. They're a big thank you to those, first of all, who donated to the stream, and all that money went to Extra Life charity, or what is it, Children's Miracle Network, or whatever it is. Yeah, Children's Miracle Network. So that's the first reason. That's the first thing they represent. But I guess you could say the light they're holding represents the the life of the children they helped save. It's not like. Well, anyway, yeah, we'll just go with that. That's a good meaning right there, right? The glowstone is the life of the children that we all hold. The lives of the less fortunate we all hold in our hands, and it's up to us to preserve or save this life by giving what we can and helping those in need. There, that was very philosophical for an episode of Fear Mobs. You're welcome. Okay, so let's see. Was there anything else I had to do regarding the stream? I think there is. I just can't remember it right now. So if I remember it, I'll do it. But the next thing we're going to do is we are actually going to go into the Nether, and we're going to go explore the new areas that we discovered during the stream. So I'm going to park my horse over here, and we will get on that. Okay, so here we are in the Nether, right here next to the future site of the Nether Hub, which we will work on today if we have time. I still haven't thought of anything I'm missing, but it's likely that I'm going to. So before we go, I'm going to craft a quick compass. It's useless here in the Nether, but where we're going, it's going to be helpful. I actually should have brought some paper. It would have been good for a map. Anyway, so this here is the tunnel I built or dug out during the live stream. Let's see, I got some swiftness potions, so we'll use one of Dem's. All right, so. It's kind of treacherous right now. I still have to actually, make this thing proper and all that stuff. I should probably have my bow ready for gas. But yeah, it's a few hundred blocks away. I don't remember exactly where, I'm trying to remember what my reasoning was for building this tunnel. How long I was going to build it. Like, I know when I dug it out, I was going to... I wanted it lined up with the hub, but I don't remember how far I went and why I went that far. And in fact, I know that where I ended up building the actual portal was in a very precarious location. It's quite dangerous, so it's very exposed, and it's high up on cliffs above lava. I should have brought some fire potions, but I figured, I don't need it. And then as I started walking, oh gosh, I already hear them. All right. Where are you coming from, you buggers? You. Die. Screw you. Don't like them. Okay, let's make sure I'm on the right path here. So I built careens here. Careens? I can't see very well either. This is a problem. Where do I go next? So as you see, we've hit the quartz area. There's some quartz right there. Let's see. Let's try walking along here. My render distance is a bit lower than it was during the stream, so I'm having a hard time remembering where I went. I do remember which way is back, though. That's important. Gotta remember that, because then otherwise you're stuck. Okay, so I came from there. I came over here. Is this right? This can't be right. Now, that's... what? We're only about like a third of the way, or not even a third. Yeah, we're about a third of the way there. There's a lot more to it than just this. And I do not recognize any of this area right here. I hope this isn't like newly generated or anything. Yeah, I see you, slime. You magma cube. You get nothing from me. Okay, let's return to our roots. Okay, we came out here, right next to the huge glowstone. We keep walking, and... okay, you're gonna be a problem. So, get out of here. You guys too. Just everyone die. Just get murdered. There we go. Okay. So we came over... well, let's just assume... we'll just go this way. Did I go underneath here? I do not recognize any of this, but we're going to go for it. Just keep going in this direction, because I know I went straight. We'll just say this is the way. I may or may not remember this area. Oh gosh. Okay, I remember this, and I had to go around... up there? Up here? Okay, I'm lost. I'm going to find where I'm going, and I'll be back. I've made a terrible mistake somewhere. Okay, so I've turned up my render distance. Here's where I came out of the tunnel right here. And turned up the brightness a little bit. And I see that I went this way. There's a Kareen right there and another one right there. I have no idea why I went this way. This is entirely wrong. I was supposed to go straight that way. I don't know why I made a right turn. There must have been some reason, or maybe I got terribly lost, or what. But I believe this is the correct route right over here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's just continue with this direction, and we'll see what we get. So the purpose of this was to go and find new... here we go. Here's that staircase. There we go. I knew I was looking for a staircase like this, and then another tunnel. Yeah, here we go. Okay, don't get out of my way. Thank you. Okay, now here's where it gets very dangerous. But anyway, the purpose of this was to explore new areas. I don't know, basically just to provide some entertainment on the live stream, because during the live stream there was actually not as much video game playing as I thought there would be. I mean, there was lots of game playing, don't get me wrong. Played Minecraft, tons of Team Fortress 2, I think maybe a little bit of Binding of Isaac, but like for a lot of the games I just kind of stood there and talked. Like stood there idle in the game and talked, just trying to, yeah, see what I mean by precarious? This is super dangerous. I have no fire potions. I really should have brought one, and especially in this upcoming area here. I really wish I had brought some fire potions. We're almost there. But yeah, I just stood there and talked during a lot of the stream, and I don't remember why exactly. I was mostly just talking to the audience, trying to drive donations. So one of the things I was looking for, I remember, one of the reasons I wanted to stop was, how do I say this? When I built a portal, I wanted it to be an area that had quartz and a fortress. So I built right up here on the fortress. I don't remember why on the fortress. This is very dangerous. Alright. Cool. It is becoming night, so I'm going to get my bed ready. But here we are. It's a desert, you know, whoop-de-doo. There's actually some cool stuff around here. I believe this way is some of the new forests. This way is a savanna. We're going to definitely check those two out. I haven't found a mesa, so we'll see if we can find that in the savanna. It's a huge biome, so it's likely that I haven't explored it all yet. But yeah, I'm going to go to sleep and we'll start exploring. Alright, it's a new day. It's a new dawn. Spawn is that way. So let's first check out this area over here. I actually brought a saddle because there are horses, and I want to see if I can get one to make exploring a bit faster. Okay, so let's cross this river here. Again, we gotta, keep in mind where our portal is. I believe I have the coordinates written down, and if I don't, I have a very good sense of direction in this game. It's actually quite a surprise when I get lost. Alright, so here we are. This is a like valley kind of thing. Hang on, I'm getting a phone call. I've been getting all these sort of warning messages saying, this building is closed, all the classes are canceled. I'm starting to wonder what's going on there, so I'll be right back. That was the second message warning me to stay away from the electrical engineering building. I wonder if there was a fire. Or worse, going to be a fire. Dun dun dun! Nah, I don't know. I'll find out later. Okay, so as we cross over here, so there's the desert. Gotta keep in mind where it is. This is look at all these new flowers. We got little flowers all over the place. I've already collected a bunch of these. I don't remember exactly where I stored them, but I do remember collecting a bunch of these flowers. I don't remember these ones. Of course, I could be wrong. Let's get some of them. So yeah, we want to collect some of the new stuff here. We got oaks and birches, obviously. Those have been in the game since forever. Gah! I know, so apparently roses, these things, are now called poppies. That's different. But no big deal. No big deal. Poppies. The new textures, interesting. Little black dot in the middle. Not a huge deal. I'm not going to make a fuss about it. I could if I wanted to be picky, but I'm not gonna. Okay, so more of the forest. I don't actually remember coming out this far. I'm just trying to find those horses. Actually, I'm not sure if I actually did find any. Wait a minute. Yes, I do remember horses. Okay. Do I? Do I remember horses? Actually, I might be confusing that memory with another world, a multiplayer world I've played on. Well, anyway, let's see if we can find any anyway. That'd be kind of nice, right? I believe I brought a lead. Yeah, I did. And resources to build like a fence if I wanted to keep them tied up next to the portal. So every time I come out here, I have a pet to ride. Although this might not be our permanent... I do want to build some sort of base in the new regions so we can do exploring, find some name tags and saddles and horse armor. But I don't think this will be the final region where we actually do that because if you recall, we did make that turn in the nether and I don't want that turn to be there. So I'm probably going to dig out a new tunnel and just keep going forward. But we'll see about that. Okay, more... My swiftness ran out. Of course it did. Pit stop. Piggies are looking tasty. Tasty piggies. Okay, we're looking for... Not water. We don't want water. Horses are intolerant of water. They're water intolerant. That would suck. If someone were H2O intolerant... Now that makes no sense. If someone were H2O intolerant, they'd be dead. Which means there's no one... Which explains why there's no one who's H2O intolerant. Well, water is part of us, so it makes no sense to be intolerant to it. Just silly thoughts like that. I don't even know. That's kind of a cool little island out there, though. That's like a desert island right there. If there was nothing else around for miles, I would totally turn that island into a survival map. But there's probably already plenty of those desert island survivals, just like Cube, Skyblock. I have a Skyblock world somewhere. I don't know where it is. I've probably deleted it. I did it once for a live stream, I think. It was pretty cool. It was pretty neat. I didn't get very far though. It's not that I died. It's that I just stopped playing. I already seen a couple LPs on it, and it was cool. This looks new, actually. Azure Bluet. It's probably the absolute wrong way of Bluet. Absolute wrong way of pronouncing it, but whatever. What are these? Oxeye Daisy. I do remember coming into this forest. There should be a couple rose bushes and stuff around, but let's just keep going. We're circling back around to the desert because it doesn't look like there's any horses. It looks like my memory was way off. I must have been thinking about, again, a multiplayer world I played on before, but I must be wrong. There was tons of horses in there, I remember, and some of them had 15 or 16 health. It was nuts. I was gonna get one of those, but guess not. That's kind of a shame, though. I do want to find some more horses. The only ones I know of are very, very far away. And in fact, I don't even think there's any more horses there. If I did go back, it would be just under the assumption that there are more horses there. And I don't want to do that. Alright, so we made it back to the desert. So actually heading back to our portal should be about this direction. And then we're going to head into the savanna biome and check that out. See if we can't find a mesa. Boom! Found my portal. I'm going to walk right through it like a boss. And then, yeah, we're going to check out the savanna. I hope there's like a mesa nearby. I would like a mesa. Mesa biomes are just, biomes are just too cool. They're just too cool for school, for you. I don't even know. Alright, here we go. We're coming upon the savanna. The wild sheep roam the savanna, looking for prey. Better not get too close to them. We don't want them to think we're food, I say as I walk right past them. I do actually want to chop down one of these trees because I don't have the planks nor the saplings for it, and that would be kind of neat. That's the other thing. I want to try to collect some trees or some saplings so I can grow these wherever. Let's get, what is this? That's oak. Let's get this one right here. I don't know what these are called exactly. Oh, hey, got a sapling already. Boom, shakalaka. There we go. So interesting red texture. I wonder what the planks look like. We're not going to craft them. We're just going to look at them. Okay. Acacia, I think, is the name of this plant. So we have an acacia sapling. That's good. I think that's all we need. Just one. And then I think we're good. I'm not going to stand here waiting for them. We have one sapling. We're good. We have acacia logs. And the planks are interesting red. Very dark. Well, actually more of an orange. Very bright orange red. That's kind of cool. Now, I don't know if we can find so much grass. But this is how a savanna should be. A nice tall grass. If the grass were like a block and a half tall, not like 2 blocks like that, but just a block and a half, that would just be sick. That would be awesome. I don't know if we can find horses in here. I hope we can, but probably not. I've explored most of this. Well, actually, I don't even know if I've explored most of it. I've explored a lot of this. Careful. And I don't know how much more there is to go. And I don't know what the bordering biomes are, except for this ocean. I knew this ocean was here. Pardon the lag spikes. I think I'm generating some new terrain right now. And, well, we all know what that does to our computers. There's also some very tall mountains over this way. Somewhere. Yeah, there's some hills right there, so... Oh, what's this? Oh, that's cool. Alright, let's cross, and I don't remember entering this area before. We're just going to keep walking around the edge and hope and pray that we find something awesome. I would like to find a mesa. That'd be pretty neat. I've actually never gotten hard clay in this update. There's not a single block of hardened clay in my world that I know of thus far, unless like maybe half a chunk or maybe just one chunk of a mesa generated. Now then there's clay in my world, but other than that, nope. Oh, let's keep going this way. So squids. I've been thinking about a squid farm. Kind of a interesting topic to bring up out of nowhere. That's true. I just saw them on my screen. I'm like, squids. So delicious, you know? Oh, it'd be awesome if we could make sushi. Like, seriously, if we can, like, craft together some fish, raw fish, and just make sushi. That would be the bomb. Okay, I want to check this out real quick. But yeah, I was thinking of making a trap for them, but if I were to do that, I'd have to remove, like, all water in the region, or do it in an area that doesn't already have water. That's pretty legit. I don't have any torches, so I'm not about to go in there, but that's pretty cool. The idea would be to build like this large funnel-shaped water pool, and any squid that spawn in there will fall to the bottom, and then we'll have the water being held up by signs at the bottom. So the squid would fall out and onto hoppers. They'd suffocate from the air, they'd die, and then you'd get their ink, and that would be pretty awesome. Okay, let's keep going. That was I just gave away like an entire design. So yeah, feel free to use that. Let me know if it works. Probably should build that before I actually build it, like in a creative world before I build it here in survival. Because that would be a big waste of time and energy. Okay, so far, I've actually been to this region before. I have seen this ocean. I think I turned around somewhere up ahead because I just didn't want to keep going. It was getting pretty boring. But, oh man, we need a mesa. Speed, so I got 20 seconds. Well, this is pretty cool. Look at that ravine. Sheep. Lots of sheep, lots of cows. What does my world have against horses? Like, seriously, I've seen people who generate a brand new world out of randomly, and then boom, there's horses literally standing like right next to them at spawn. It's like, oh, why? Why? Now I know for me it's because I don't have any at spawn, obviously. It's because spawn was generated 2.5 years ago. Which, by the way, 3-year anniversary is coming up. Yeah, we have some cool things planned, but no details right now. Let's see. The last thing. Okay, I don't think I completed that thought, but yeah, horses. Come on, give me horses. I don't know. I should probably look up and see if they even show up in the savannah. I know in real life horses generate on plains, but I don't know about savannah. I hope they add new mobs for the savannah because sheep and cows don't make sense. Ooh, look at these mountains. My goodness. That's pretty awesome. Unfortunately, they're made out of stone. Sad face. Alright, looks like there's a forest on the other side of it. A regular forest. Because I know they also added some roofed forests and some like dark oak forests and birch forests and all those things. But I haven't seen any of those yet. Just normal forest. The only special thing I have right now is this savanna. This savanna. Actually, I think the grass should be a bit browner, to be honest. Because if you've seen video of a savanna, or if you've been to one, which, good for you, it usually looks very dry. Very, very light yellow-brown kind of color. So I think that would make this place way awesomer. I'd like to get this game to be immersive. That's what I like. I like games that are immersive, that actually try to convince you. Well, not convince you, but, because you can't say, oh, you're actually here. But people get an attachment to their Minecraft characters. And, I mean, in a way, okay, I said that a little weirdly. Your character, your player, your avatar in Minecraft, it's not a character you are playing as. You're not playing like a day in the life of DEA Boy. I am DEA Boy, and this is like this character in Minecraft. This is me. Like it's not like the Matrix, or what am I saying? I don't even know. Anyway, it's like the movie Avatar, where you are well, actually no, it's different from. Forget it. I'm just stuttering now, stumbling over my words because I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I do know what I'm trying to say, I just don't know how to actually say it. Okay, so we're back at the desert, and it looks like the savannah ended right there. I like the mountains, the new mountainous biomes. That actually feels that actually looks like mountainous areas I've actually been in real life, where you have these tall mountains and then there's valleys in between them, and occasionally you'll see a random pine tree sprouting out of the ground, and that's what I'm talking about. That makes the biome feel real. It makes it actually feel like it's supposed to be here. It feels, natural. It doesn't feel like a fake biome. I don't know. I guess that's what I kind of like. I like the more realistic approach to biome generation here in Minecraft. So that's enough of that rant. I can't seem to find anything, so I'm sure this is getting pretty boring. I'm going to cut it here, and we'll meet back up if I find something interesting. Otherwise, we'll just be heading back into the Nether because we have some work to do on the Nether hub and time's running short. So I will see you guys in a minute. And of course, the instant I cut the video, not 10 seconds later, I see this. Is this a buried desert temple? Oh my gosh. This is... Whoa, it sounds active in there. Yikes. This is a buried desert temple This is the coolest thing. I've never seen this before. But unfortunately, it sounds like it's kind of overtaken. I'm not sure how to approach this. Because we've got to remember, continue in the desert this way. I totally missed this, but I went past this area. This is awesome. Okay, let's try this. So I could go into the front entrance and clear out every room. I don't have enough torches. I don't have any torches to light everything up. So I don't want to dig out this whole temple. It looks too cool buried. I'm just going to go in through the top, but I'm probably going to die. So yeah, this will be fun. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Hello? I'm coming in! Ain't nothing you can do about it, except maybe shoot me and kill me. But that's it. Okay. Oh gosh. There's always skeletons. They're never zombies, they're never creepers. It's always the frickin' skeletons. I really do hate these guys. Where are they? Where are they going? Guys? I thought they found like a way up towards me. That would have stunk. Boom! Okay, one down. I hear one more. Two more. You. Two down. I hear one more. Yep, one more. Oh, no, that's a bone. Okay, I don't know where he is, so I'm just going to have to go down there. And this is the part I don't like. Alright, we're just going to attempt to do this. Alright. Here's hoping there's no creepers, right? Oh, found him. Found him. He found me, but he's stopped. Alright, we're going to Leroy Jenkins this. Leroy Jenkins! Yeah! No damage. No damage, baby. Oh, yeah. Now let's listen carefully for any more creatures. Shh, phone, quiet. Okay, let's do this. Probably shouldn't have destroyed that. Alright, down we go. Alright. Got some iron. Get rid of you. Got some gold. Nice. Ooh, a saddle. Booyah. Iron, gold, and emerald. Heck yeah, now I'm out of room for TNT. What the heck? Oh, I got these stupid things. Alright, whatever. Can't see much. That's cheating. No, we're not turning up the brightness. Cheating in Minecraft. That's an interesting topic. What constitutes as cheating in an otherwise open world, do whatever the heck you want game? Maybe some other time. Because I do actually have a working definition for myself, at least. And I guess in a nutshell, basically, just so you guys aren't hanging here, I consider cheating in Minecraft, okay, in an open world game where basically anything goes, where you determine the rules of the game, you determine what's cheating, basically. So, I don't know. Whoever's in charge of a specific setup, like for example the server administrator or your single player world, it's up to whoever's actually in charge of the world to make up the rules, and that's my definition of cheating. Cheating, the definition of cheating for any given world defers to the judgment of the person in charge, and for me, anything unlegit, I don't know. And of course, legit's a really broad term. All right, cool. So nice. Got some emeralds. Booyah. I was hoping for some name tags or armor. Is that a desert village I see? That is a desert. Oh my gosh. I was just about to cut it. Let's go check it out. And we gotta... Actually, I'm going to skip the night. I really don't want to be out here at night. Oh man. This looks pretty awesome. Now, I may have come across this place before. I just don't remember it very well. If I am correct, if I have come across here before, there's nothing here for me. There's a blacksmith, so we're going to check that out. Any creatures? Nothing? Oh, sweet gold. I must not have come here before. Maybe I did and took something else. Nice. Obsidian? Nah. Alright, this is pretty cool. Hey, what do you got? What you got for me? Nope. You? No, that's pretty decent. Is there lava? Yeah, there is lava. I forget about that. There's only 2 villagers so far. Any others? Anyone up here? Hey, you guys need a way up to your house, don't you? Here you go. That's me. Good guy, DEA. Alright. Nope. Nah. Nope. I had an emerald, like, ooh, I should trade. And then I realized, no, I shouldn't. That's not worth it. Okay, cool. Anyway, not much here. Got some gold. On to the portal. Or whatever I see next. Alright, made it back to the portal. This region's kind of plain, actually. I did a little more exploring, walked around the entire perimeter of this desert here. There's nothing. I mean, there's ocean on that side, and there's forest on this side, and then there's savanna with mountains and more forest. So, I don't know. I mean, savanna is kind of neat, but you've got to be honest. It's kind of plain and boring, so might not build here. That's what I'm thinking, at least. I mean, we do have the benefit of a whole fortress here. However, we do have the possibility, we still have the option to explore in a completely different direction in the nether. And then, if we find something better, go with that instead. So that's what I'm thinking. But anyway, so I told you we were going to build in the nether hub today. I kind of lied because, and it was an accident, I didn't mean to, I swear. Basically, during the live stream, we had 2 donors who donated over $25, and that's Conquer87 and the guy called Dan. They both donated a very large amount of money, and as a thank you, and one of the rewards for donating that much was building those permanent structures that you saw, the snowman and the fountain, the fearing fountain, and Hugo, yeah, that's right, Hugo the snowman and the fearing fountain. So we recorded time lapses of those, and so actually the next thing I'm going to cut to right about now is them and us talking and them building, and that's how we're going to end the episode. So I want to thank you guys we're going to cut back to me when they're done. That's right. So I guess that won't be the last thing, but all right, you enjoy that while I walk back, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay.
Before we start, actually, did you put these little...
You noticed them! Yay! Yeah. Remember I said I'd be building monuments to those who donated?
Oh, right, yeah. Cool.
What do they look like?
Did you try and go for an Easter Island kind of theme? Or just...
Yeah, I did. They're just people holding glowstone.
They do look pretty good in the context of this area.
Awesome. And yeah, they're very visible too. I was worried that they'd be too far away that they wouldn't show up, but they're here.
Yeah. No, I think it's pretty good.
Hello, yeah, you notice this wasn't a time lapse. So I misplaced the footage to put it nicely. Yeah, look at him shake his head at me. Ah, I'm so ashamed. So ashamed. You can't tell me you never accidentally misplaced footage.
No, I've done that lots of times.
Okay. I don't feel as bad, but I still feel horrible. It's getting to the point where I've lost more footage than I've actually published. That's not true, but...
I was going to say, yeah, that's
it's
a bit of a statement.
It's pretty bad. I've lost some really good episodes that way. But yeah, it was a bad mistake, and every time I say I'll never do it again, and I do it again. Anyway, back to the future today. I have here Conquer87, and this guy's... Yep, and he built Hugo here. So, Conquer, I need to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Please explain your creative processes when building Hugo here.
Well, when you said that I needed to make something, I had an idea of making an iron golem. But as you can probably tell, I'm not all that creative. So I decided to go for something, a little bit less. And then I realised that you were actually doing it in the desert. So I thought something snowy in a desert was kind of... I don't think it's irony.
I honestly didn't think about that till just now. I'm sorry. I'm slow. Can you give us a tour? Huh?
I can give you a tour. well, to your left, you will see expanse of desert. To your right, to your right, you will see your thing, and in front of you, you will see a mass amount of white.
White and black and white.
And I was nice and actually put. Oh, damn it.
What?
Went in typical. I picked the block in and it went inside, of course it did. I put lights inside, so that's not correct. That's correct.
Oh, cool.
So that, creepers won't spawn there and explode.
Very considerate of you. You would do that. Okay, so
I'm pretty sure I did the same at the top as well. On the top.
Oh yeah, there is light coming from there. I actually did see a couple creatures spawning on top of this first block here, the lower half of his body.
Mm-hmm.
Right, a little ridge there. Might put.
Oh,
some
we don't
light
have
there.
any lights on the hands, do we? That's probably why.
Oh yeah, the hands too.
But then again, I don't think you're going to be
arms.
going on top of there all that much, so
No,
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm mostly worried about kamikaze. It's like, oh my god, when I am dead, and that's usually what happens.
Actually, you're probably best off lighting this up because then you get more spawns. No, that's not a lie. That's a lie. That's mine. Never mind.
Close enough. So, how many blocks do you think it took to build this thing? Or actually, how long did it take to build?
Well, I'm looking just to the right slightly at Chrome, and it says 2 hours 24 minutes of the upload. So a little bit less than that.
Jeez, man, two and a half hours. That's pretty crazy.
Well, the video is up, so if you want to go to my channel, youtube.com/WarGameForGold.
Yeah, the links. Yeah, look at the link in the description because see, here's the thing. I don't have the footage. He did because he's like always recording like everything. He even recorded like a 3 or 4 hour world tour video, I think. Did you get that one?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Wherever it is.
So, I mean, there's all sorts of videos from the live stream, so on his channel, so you should check it out. Also, we did Fear Pinky Terraria LP a while back, so I mean, there's that too.
A while ago now.
Yeah, how long has it been?
Oh, I don't know actually. Let's ask.
Where'd he go? I don't know.
Pinky. Yeah.
In my defense, I don't have any arms.
Oh, it's not that long ago actually. Our last one we did was the 18th of April last year. God, nearly 2 years. Wow.
Man, that's pretty crazy. You know,
Mm-hmm.
3 year, only like 3 more months and 3 years of Fear of Mob's anniversary.
Don't expect any more, guys, because I'm really done with Terraria.
You too.
I started a series and I got 3 episodes in and I'm like, I just can't do it.
You know, I don't know what it is about that game. It's a fun game sometimes. I don't know.
Even with the new content, I've just got so many other games I could be playing.
I know, right? My friend just let me borrow Halo 4 the other day, and I'm playing it on my Xbox. It's Halo. I don't know. It's okay, but it's kind of cool. Yeah.
Mm.
But that's an example of how many other games there are. Your face is really big up close. Oh gosh, inside. Right. Okay, so I recorded another sequence. All right, so with the guy called Dan. All right, I still have that footage. So the next clip that's coming up. That's going to be from back way like a few weeks ago when I actually recorded this. Back like immediately after the time lapse. So that's the context there in case I say something weird like fun time lapse, right? The other thing we did was right after we finished, we actually launched some fireworks.
Oh,
so Conquer, and we're going to show that footage in a second. Conquer, do you want to fire off some fireworks off your Hugo here?
Sure, yeah. I've never actually made fireworks at all.
Oh, really? No, you gotta come here. Come on.
I keep meaning to, but then
The fireworks station's still up here, so we still
That's quite handy.
we still got time. Lights, those are overrated. So, it's got a little bit of a pimple right there.
Is that a stone one?
Nah, that's wood. Probably would have been a little harder to see if I put it over the pumpkin, but I don't plan. That's just planning's silly. Okay, Conquer.
Mm-hmm.
Will you do the honors?
I will certainly try.
All right. Oh no! I'm back. You didn't fire, did you? Didn't. Did you?
I did fire, yeah, but it didn't. But I missed.
Okay. Good. Thank goodness. Okay. Here we go. I'll give you. Here you go. There's a few more shots. All right. You're ready for the coolest, most epicest fireworks show of our lives.
Oh! I think I got it.
Oh, here it goes.
Woo!
Nice. Ooh. America!
That is actually pretty cool. I don't know why I don't do fireworks.
Yeah,
Just
it's
definitely
actually, yeah, that's pretty neat. I'm gonna go get those arrows back. Those are awesome. But thank you. So thank you for building this awesome statue of Hugo here in the desert, and I'm sure he won't melt at all.
I hope not.
I actually might put like some snow around the base here. You know, like putting some snow around.
Put some water around as well to look like
He's melting.
make it look like he's melting.
Oh, that'd be cruel. Poor Hugo. Maybe like put like a snowball in his hand, like a 2D snowball just sticking out of the side.
I should have built a magnifying glass above him
Oh, that would have burnt him for sure.
with a little glass pointing down towards him. Anyway,
Yeah. So thank you for helping out during the stream and helping out the kids and for building this. This is awesome. This will be here for forever and ever.
I feel humbled.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on.
That's no problem.
All right. And the next high five. Should we high five?
Okay.
Okay. Good job. And the next clip is going to be of me talking to Dan. Remember, the clip with Dan was actually recorded like immediately after the time lapse we recorded. So yeah, things will be a bit different here. So, yep. So you guys enjoy that. And also, if you want to see this thing being built, go watch Conker's channel, which is Will Game for Gold.
Or you could watch the time lapse. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks. All right. Thanks. Yeah. Words. Thanks for coming on.
Oh dear.
Hey.
Hey there.
So, this is really cool looking.
Thank you.
Most awkward intro ever. I don't know. Maybe you could try that again, but
What went wrong? What did I do wrong?
no, it was me. I wasn't sure what to do. Or
I need
say.
constructive criticism. Okay.
Okay.
No, that's good. We have to do it again now, though.
Okay. Go ahead and jump down and be like punching, and I'll punch you. It's like so it's
Fountain punch.
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. You
Okay.
go when you're ready.
All right,
Tell me
on
when
your
to
mark.
go.
All right, Dan. So, this took you like about an hour to make the fountain, and like another hour for like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty big.
Another hour to work out the circle. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, 3 hours total. Yeah, so this is a really cool fountain, and even though it's in a desert, I think it fits very nicely. Like, it's right next to a stream or a river here, so
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really
I
cool.
definitely had that in mind when building it.
The whole river thing.
Yeah. To lead into your sewers.
Oh,
Ah.
I haven't worked in those in forever. Yeah, so this is really cool. And I like that it's like a junction here because I've been meaning to do some stuff back here. So now these paths provide like a way to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I like this. So tell me, where did you get? No, ignoring skeleton. Where did you get the idea or the design for this well?
Well, one of my largest building projects was a ridiculously huge house, and at the entrance to the house, it just looked really plain and boring. So I wanted to put some kind of like focal point, and I decided to build a fountain. And this is the same design I used in that. I just like it because it has some height to it. It has a light to it, and just creates it like a nice way to put a path around it. Just and plus it's not really that expensive to make, so it's quite simple in survival.
Yeah, and looks easily. It looks very very detailed yet. Yeah, but like you said, pretty simple, and it's really cool. It's really something hard to pull off. Making something not gigantic yet still have a lot of detail to it.
Yeah, I also picked this because I wanted to make something that wouldn't be huge or
Hang on.
destroy the lands.
Hang on a second. You went robot there, so I'm giving it a second.
Oh, right, okay.
I'll let you know when it's cleared up.
Are we good now?
Yes, now you are. So you were
Okay.
saying,
I also built this. Or was that cut out?
no, yeah, you. Let's see, just the last sentence. It was
Okay.
cheap, lots of detail in a small building, and
Okay. Ready?
yeah.
I also built this because I thought I didn't want to create something that would ruin the beautiful landscape that is the desert. Just something that would kind of complement the styles without being too modern or being like a huge, tall thing that's orange and white. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's rude. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it fits in really nicely, and that's yeah, it looks really good.
Thank you. No, I'm only kidding. This is a wonderful creation right here.
Here's the back side of it, just in case you couldn't tell. Cool. So, do you have a name for this design?
I do. In fact, I shall. Shall I tell you, or shall I write it down and you can see for yourself?
You may do either one.
Both
Both at the same time
write it
if you're
down.
feeling crazy.
Nah, I think I'll let you read it out because.
Okay. And the grand name for this style of well, or fountain, and this was designed by you, right?
Yes, completely on my own.
Just hopping with anticipation.
What's
I'm not in your way, am I?
No, not at all. I'm just a slow typer.
Creepers over there. Oh! Ooh!
Yes.
Ooh, I like that! Oh my gosh!
See what I did there.
I like it, the fearful fountain.
I also think it's very relevant, seeing as if you look on the other side of the fountain, there's 4 creepers and 3 spiders. That should give you a bit of fear.
Yeah. And a zombie. He's coming up.
Oh yeah.
Of course there is. It's always a zombie.
Fearful fountain. As in, like, fear of mobs.
Yeah, hey. Ow, hey, that was rude. Stupid zombie.
Try not to hit me again.
Alright, I'll be sure to hit you
Oh
again.
no. What have you done?
I'm out of arrows! Earn my gears!
I got it.
Awesome, well thank
Came
you
to
for
rescue.
coming on here and for building this really awesome area.
It's no problem. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I did too. So, we'll see you around, alright?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye.
Alright, let's do this. It's nighttime.
Okay.
So, let's head inside. I'll fire it off for you, alright? Or you can,
Oh,
you actually have to stand
so
inside, you can just
excited.
stand back. Sun, go
Stand
away!
back.
Stand back and watch the stuff. I don't know.
Are you ready for the fireworks show of your life?
Are you ready for this?
Oh man.
Okay. Waiting for this. Okay, are you ready for this? Here we go.
I am so ready.
Oh, they're so high up in the air.
Oh, the pretty colors.
So much red.
Oh,
And here, I
that
got
was
one more.
very nice.
I got one more to launch.
One. Oh,
America!
no
America!
way. That was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. How did you make it like a star?
I had to
I'm
spend gold
jealous.
and I had to spend gold and glowstone.
You have the hands of a true firework maker.
Yeah! Still haven't made a creeper one yet.
That was fun.
Indeed, it certainly was. Good times. And that's going to wrap it up for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed watching this episode of Fear of Mobs. Please leave a like down if you did. That'd be awesome. But less plugging, more talking. Next time we actually we do have some stuff to do. We have to work on this pub, and we also have to work on the Sky Bridge over back at Serenity Cove, Testificate Desert, whatever we're calling it. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see y'all next time on Fear of Mobs.
My axe right through that mark. At last I found me some diamonds. Oh, I'm so happy I could ride a pig.